What's up, fandom? I'm Josh, and today I am joined by a very special guest. I have Charlie Saxton in the house.
What's up? Hey, everybody. How's it going? Well, I guess, hey, Josh, how's it going?
Yeah,
but also everybody.
They're here in spirit. There are people in spirit, you know. They're
Absolutely.
Here.
Yeah.
Charlie, dude, how's it going?
I'm doing very well. You know, I actually just watched the clip. I know this is coming out after the movie, but I just watched the clip of the opening to Trollhunters Rise of the Titans.
First 4 minutes
first
or something
3.5
like
minutes. Yeah. And I'm feeling really good.
Yeah. I first off want to say thank you to DreamWorks for allowing us to watch the movie, or allowing me. Charlie's not seen it yet. He doesn't even know how it goes.
I have no idea. What? We made a movie?
I think so. Or it's just a really long episode. It's just one really long episode for you guys. But I want to say thanks to DreamWorks for letting us check it out early. Super great people over there. So this is the finale of Trollhunters. So
yes,
you guys started what, 2015?
It's funny, as I was digging through my email archives to see, and I found the first email audition for the show, and I think it was like September 2014.
Man,
yeah, it's insane to think that it's been almost a decade of this magnificent, fun, fantastical franchise.
Yeah. And guys, we are going to be going spoiler heavy, so if you've not watched the film yet, go. Why would you listen to this? That doesn't
pause
make any
this
sense.
right now.
Pause this. Go to Netflix. Watch it. Get a snack, and then come back. Because I mean,
and if you haven't watched the Tales of Arcadia series, you're going to want to pause a little bit longer.
That may be like a day pause. Like, you just maybe want to wait a little bit of time for that one.
Yeah.
But yes. Okay. So, and you play everybody's favorite lovable sidekick / troll hunter now, Tobias Domzowski. So what when you first started reading for Toby, what was your impression of the character?
Toby's always been kind of like a dream come true for me, because I love those classic fantasy ensemble comedies of, the 80s and the 90s. And I've always wanted to be that lovable sidekick. And for me personally, Toby has just had that full overarching storyline of starting out being a scared, timid kid who could barely even tie his shoes. And, rounding out the entire story is he steps up to the plate and he becomes the troll hunter. It's been pretty awesome.
Have you had what are some of your favorite moments, Toby moments from the show?
Man, Toby moments from the show.
Or non-Toby moments from the know. If you're like, you know what, I don't even like the character I play. I'm more of a Claire fan.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of the character that I play because Toby's got a lot of the one-liners. He's always there to kind of break the tension and break the ice, but he always has those pseudo badass action tough guy catchphrases, and then sometimes he pulls them off, and sometimes they blow up right in his face. Man, specific moments are hard because, like you said, we've been doing this since 2014. So to pick one specific moment is just I don't know. I loved all the episodes where all the characters came together, and not just, the Steves and the Elis. And I loved when, the Three Below started getting incorporated, and, everyone in Wizard started getting to meet each other, because it's just the testament of how talented these writers are. And obviously Guillermo del Toro created it, so he had this whole vision. But to see, so I've been going back and I'm watching Three Below, and to see the little Easter eggs that were planted into Trollhunters and the little things that are just woven out through, it's just so good. It's just so fun.
I'm a big fan of all of the 2D stuff that they put in the show, on the cell phones, on the stuff that's on the TVs. And that's why I loved in the end credits for this movie, they put a bunch of 2D mock-ups of the scenes and everything. And I was like,
yes,
man, give me just a book that's only just the 2D stuff. That's all I want.
Yeah.
The
art direction.
It's so good.
It's so good. One specific moment that just jumped out to me is I got to come up with the theme song for Sally Go Back. who is like she is, going back to the 2D animated stuff. She's one of the TV shows that Arcadia Oaks that the kids love. And so I was just handed a sheet of lyrics and they were kind of just like, go nuts. So I recorded a much longer version of the song. I think they only used maybe like 4 or 5 seconds of it, but somewhere there is the Saxton cut of the Sally Go Back.
We're gonna need the Saxton cut, please.
It's 4 hours long.
It's like, it's crazy because it's only like half a sticky note worth of lyrics that they gave you, but you just went.
I just went for it. I really just made my whole Sally Go Back universe in the studio.
Oh man. Okay, so let's kind of talk about Trollhunters: Rise of the Titans.
Yeah.
A lot of this film kind of focuses on Jim like being the hero without being the troll hunter. Because like the majority, like his the amulet gets broken in Wizards. He no longer has the amulet, and he's just kind of like regular Jim throughout the majority of this film. Like
totally
he's regular Jim until like the last like maybe 10 minutes of the film.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that. It reminded me a lot of like Iron Man 3, where it's just, Tony Stark and he's not
just him being him.
Just him being him. Yeah. And then the end of the movie, you're like, oh yeah, now he's Iron Man again.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I forgot about that for a moment.
Yeah. So it's like, oh yeah, he's not just Robert. I thought I was watching Sherlock.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I really liked this part of that part of the movie. Like it was really good to kind of see him, because like Jim's been just kind of like BA the entire time.
Yeah.
And now just kind of to see him like everybody else
pull back a little bit.
Yeah, everybody like he's kind of like everybody else is pulling the weight and he's used to pulling the weight. And so it was a nice like juxtapose to kind of see him in this movie. And it sets it up for what will happen at the end of the movie.
Absolutely.
So I thought it was really nice. Like I went and I watched it the first time and then I watched it again last night. Just because I was like, I'm going to watch it again, mainly because we'll talk about visuals here in a minute. But good Lord, the visuals.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I watched it again last night and I was like, there's a lot of nice parallels between what's going on. I thought it was really good. We also have a lot of sacrifices that do happen in this film. A lot of loss that does happen, which is very sad. One of my favorite characters, unfortunately, we did lose. And Charlie, I think you know this character well, Strickler.
Oh man, yeah.
That was just because he's had a really nice arc of he's mentor and then enemy and then friend and then stepfather almost father fiance
he's
fiancé.
Family he's
family. Yeah,
he's family.
It's very much like the Fast movies, like they're all family.
1000%. Yeah, I think Blinky is our Vin Diesel.
I could see it. I can see it. Yeah. What about you? Like, was there anything like when you got this script and you were kind of like reading over it? Were you feeling some of those same type of emotions like with every?
Yeah, I've been such a fan of the show ever since it started. So every time I would get a script for every episode, I would just be clawing and dying to read it. And literally now here I am. It really just blew me away the way that they were able to encapsulate all of these stories and all of these characters and really just tie the knots on everything. And unfortunately for Strickler, his knot was a demise. But he
tied his knot before it got to tie the knot, which
that's a bit of a bummer, man. Reading these scripts, it was just like, oh no. And then at the end I was like, oh, that's cool.
Oh man. And like, before we'll talk about Toby. But we do have a lot of other things that happen. Like so much, it's one of those, it's hard to kind of like put, unless we go like minute by minute and we're going to talk about every single thing. It's really kind of hard to kind of like give like a good breakdown of it. But we have like, there's so much going on. Like we've got the Titans. It reminded me a lot of Hercules. I was like, oh yeah, cool. We got the Titans. I was waiting for the muses to start singing at one point. And I was like, come on, please. But we get everybody coming back. You know, all of our characters from like Three Below come back. So we get to see Eli come back, who had a glow up.
Big time.
Steve comes back, and originally not Steve. Steve's been here. Aja comes back, and we have our 7th kiss, and then that was great. I was like when they were talking about that, there was like, it's the 7th kiss. I was kind of like, what are they gonna do here? And then it's like, oh, Steve, you're pregnant now. And I was like, okay. And like, it was nice because like this is a very like different from like the rest of the Trollhunters, because like the majority of the series is, it's, you know, it's funny and everything. We get some laughs and, you know, there's some serious moments, but it's usually a laugh in there. It's definitely a darker movie, so you definitely need these little nuggets of humor in here. Otherwise, good Lord, it would have been
very intense.
Very heavy, crazy. Yeah. Okay, Toby's sacrifice.
Yes.
You get the script. Like, so how did that work? Did they tell you before they gave you the script that, you know, Toby was going to technically die? Or was that something that you found out?
I'm trying to remember now that you ask. I don't think I was privied on it. But then once I read it and I went in for that session, it was kind of like, and I was like, you guys, no one told me about this. This is insane, but also very awesome and very cool. And I'm honored and very flattered. But I just feel like it is such a Toby moment to sacrifice everything for his friends. And getting to be able to do that vocally was really fun, really challenging. I think it was one of the more, I wouldn't say difficult recording sessions I've had, but it was definitely, you know, I wanted to do it justice. I wanted to do the show justice. I wanted to do Anton justice. I wanted to really make it known that it really meant something to me. And I was really honored to be able to do it. It was crazy. Reading that for the first time was a really special moment.
Because I mean, like bringing up Anton, like that's how you guys started that. It started the series together, and then everything happens, and then Emil comes in, replaces. How difficult was that? I mean, like, was there any talk of like maybe like stopping the series?
No, because Anton had really recorded so much that there was, we really were able to do those 2 complete parts with everything that he had, and he had already had so much in the vault. It was obviously very, very difficult and extremely heartbreaking. And, you know, credit to Emil for having to fill some really big shoes, and it was not easy whatsoever. But I really think that Anton he's just so effing good. He really is just like, again, I'm going back and I'm rewatching it, and it's just like, man, he really brought it. I remember the first day we all recorded together. It was me, Anton, and Guillermo was there. And Anton, just a testament of how good he is and how seriously he takes his craft. The first line is like, you know, he goes into his mom's bedroom and he kisses her on the forehead and he says, "Love you, Mom." Anton did like 100 different takes of "Love you, Mom." And because he really wanted that, he wanted it to be good. He wanted to feel real and feel genuine. And it's a loaded "Love you, Mom." You know, this is one of the first things this character says in the whole franchise, but it means so much as you get to know him. Mm-hmm. And it's really just really inspiring to see him just kind of like, you know, no, I got one more. Let me get one more. at the time I was kind of like, come on, man, when am I going to get to talk? What you know what I mean? But he was just the best. It was a privilege to work with him.
Oh, that's good. I mean, yeah. We brought everybody down.
But hey, on a happy note, sorry, Josh. But no, I really don't want to
be. On happy notes, Steve has like 6 kids.
Yeah, so he's pregnant. Yeah.
That's a win. Yeah. Gotta say, love Guillermo popping in some Pacific Rim. I thought that was amazing. There was part of me that like I was waiting for like the music to start kicking in. I was like, please tell me you got the music, because that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was great. I love that gun robot bit. I thought that was phenomenal, because I mean, yeah, that's like Toby's favorite show.
Exactly.
In the show.
In the whole show, yeah, it's his favorite show. And what a way to honor gun robot. You know.
Yeah, I thought that was really good. The film.
Yes.
The film is pretty. Like too pretty. Really? I mean, it's gorgeous. The animation is so good. I honestly was shocked. Like, because I mean, like, Trollhunters has been a really good series throughout. Like, there's been really good animation. It's been really good. But for this film not even being a theatrical release, the amount of good animation that goes into this, I was very surprised.
And again, that's just the testament to our team. When you give our team we just have some of the best people in the biz working on this franchise, from Guillermo, from Dan and Kevin writing it, from Chad and Mark Guggenheim producing it, to the illustrators, to the storyboard artists, to the 3D animators. Everyone worked so hard and put their heart and soul into it, not just, for this film, but for the whole franchise. But, obviously this being the end game, no pun intended, of the franchise, everyone really just brought it, like no holds barred. And it really shows. It's captivating. It's really hypnotizing how gorgeous it is and how detailed it is. It was always such a detailed show. And that was one of the things I personally nerded out for it. But not even just the Easter egg details, but just the artistic textural details of like how a train, sparks and from this fire titan that's, 90 feet tall, and you could still see like the embers like perfectly. And it's really breathtaking.
It's great. I mean, I like what you mentioned, kind of like just like the backgrounds and everything. Like, that's one of the things that really like drew me into this series. Was usually, if there's something going on in the background, it's usually like someone like standing or just like regular walking. I love Trollhunters because like they'll put like scenes in the background of just like random characters that you're never going to meet. You don't even know their names, but they're doing stuff. And I'm like, the attention to detail there, just like it sets it apart. And it happens in this film, like, and oh god, when we first see the Earth Titan come up and like all of like the earth and rock and everything is coming off, I was just like, oh my gosh, what?
Yeah,
it's so good. And then like there's a zoom out shot, and the whole thing looks it looks real. Like it doesn't look animated. I'm just like, those backgrounds, those trees. Like those are beautiful trees.
They're immaculate. Yeah. Going back to what you're saying, one of the other things that Guillermo really made sure to do to make everything seem more real was that if you look at the characters, like in animation, everything is so clean. A character does this, they pick up a glass of water, they take their pen, they write. A lot of the humans are clumsy. And in the Trollhunters Arcadia universe, you will see just little tiny things of like Jim trying to adjust something on Strickler's desk. And then just as he saw, and it's not for comedic effect. It's just to, make the whole scene really come alive. And that was something that all the directors across the board were so good at doing, was making everything just seem just breathe genuine life into it, regardless of the task that was at hand.
Yeah. I mean, and that's something DreamWorks too, because I mean, every time, like really, like when I think, like really good, like animation, I think hair animation, and I automatically go to like How to Train Your Dragon. Like
yes.
the hair animation in that
the follicles.
series, it's ridiculous. And so like, I wasn't expecting, I mean, there was another film from a studio that just came out, a bigger animation studio that just came out relatively, like a month ago. And I didn't like feel like, I watched the film and I was like, this is a good film, but I didn't really feel, like it was almost like cookie cutter from said company that we won't mention.
Gotcha.
But then I watched this and I was like, I wasn't expecting the amount of detail. Like I was expecting just like Trollhunter movie. That's what I was expecting. I was expecting, a little bit more of like the, the better graphics that we got from like Wizards and everything, just in the
longer form. Yeah.
longer. And I was shooketh. Like,
no, man.
Like I was like, the first time like we see like the fire and like this melting lava, I was like, all right, yeah, we're in a new world right now.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very good. Music's great, just like always, like phenomenal. And yeah, I don't know what to say. I was so happy with the way that this ended. And like,
me too.
We'll talk about the ending. Like, yeah. I think that's really cool. So Jim comes back. He's able to go back in time, and he's basically Sam Beckett from Quantum Leap. That is basically what happened.
Yes.
There are people going to be listening have no idea what Quantum Leap is.
For the kids at home.
For the
Scott
kids
Bakula.
At home. That's Scott Bakula, guys.
Yeah.
Enterprise. What's Enterprise, you say?
Oh no.
Yeah. So we've got Jim becomes Scott Bakula, and basically and that's a sacrifice in and of itself from Jim. Because now, he's played the hero, but now he's basically going to be the sidekick,
right?
Which I thought it was nice. It was kind of fun to see, like that. Even though he went back in time, like the time had not fully synced up, almost.
Right.
Like he mentions that, oh no, the Toby was here when the raccoons got into the trash can, and the raccoons are already into the trash can. And it's already dumped over, and you're like, "Where's Toby?
Yep.
Did something happen weird in the timeline?" And then he's like, "Hey, Jimbo," and you're
What's
like,
up?
"Oh,
hey, yeah."
I thought that was
fake
great.
out. Yeah, the old fake out.
And then we have the whole Toby gets up to the to the bell and the ropes, and I was like, "That's nice." Didn't happen in the thing, and it's just this whole nice little. I'm trying to think of like the word for. I'm saying like not a rewrite, like an homage to the original series. And for everybody who's watched since episode 1, and you get to see all these different things that happen. You get to see us talk with Strickler, everything, and it's great. And then Toby goes out. Jim tells him to take the long way home. Toby goes out and finds the amulet.
It calls to him, if you will. Yeah, that was great getting to go back and revisit the pilot episode, and getting to re-record certain things was just it was chilling, almost in a great way, of just like, man, we've come full circle. And it's just been such a magnificent, fun, wild ride. And to be able to say that, Toby becomes the Trollhunter is really quite special. A few years ago, I actually got the amulet tattooed on my leg.
Nice.
It was an honor to honor Anton and to honor the show, but now it's really cool because it kind of just takes on a whole different meaning.
What does Trollhunter Toby do different than Trollhunter Jim?
Trollhunter Toby probably gets less spicy burritos because they wreak havoc on his gastrointestinal, and you can't be thinking about where's the nearest bathroom when you're trying to fight a Porygon, you know. I think he's just a little bit smarter with his eating habits. No. Troll Hunter Toby, he definitely steps up to the challenge. He, you know, of course, there's always the apprehension and there's going to be the slight fear, but I think like Jim, Troll Hunter Jim, he realizes his identity pretty early on in his quest to become one. Pretty sure.
I was kind of hoping to be like he becomes an absolute tyrant.
Oh yeah, he's just like
Troll Hunter
an
Toby,
animal.
he's murdering everybody.
He's just
like,
slaying left. Yeah, he just goes down to Troll Market and just takes everything.
Oh man, yeah. It was a good into the series. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think all of the people listening are going to enjoy it. I feel bad for all the Tumblr artists out there. I feel bad for y'all.
Why do you feel bad for them?
They're still drawing Troll Jim, man. Like,
oh well,
they're still drawing Troll Jim.
I would like to personally say thank you to all the Tumblr artists out there, because I see some of the stuff and it's just gorgeous. It's absolutely magnificent. But if you are in the middle of drawing a Troll Hunter Jim right now, stop and go back and widen the frame a little bit.
We're gonna need to see all of the Troll Hunter Tobys.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm prepared for that, man.
I was kind of sad that we didn't get to see him in the armor. That was the one thing I was like, what's the armor gonna look like? The armor's gotta look cool. Cause like I really like I didn't really talk about it, but like of the armor sets that Jim has as Troll Hunter, I really dug this one with the green and like the circles from 3 Below. I was like, ooh, this one's pretty. Yeah. Like this one looks good. So I'd be interested to see what Toby's kind of turns into.
Yeah, I feel like Toby would have a pretty sweet amalgamation of all 3 of the Tales of Arcadia armors. I'm trying to think what he definitely needs to have. He definitely
like what does he like? Does he still get a sword? Because I mean, like he was really proficient with the hammer. Does the
hammer then become the Hammer of Daylight?
Yeah,
or
like
does
that's
he get
the thing.
sword?
Like, does it? Who knows?
I'm gonna leave that into the most talented hands of Guillermo del Toro,
or our Tumblr artists,
Make it happen. Yeah.
That'll be fun. Like that was one of the things and then like when you think about everything, you're like, wow, everybody's still alive. Everyone is still alive. Like everyone in Troll Market's still alive.
Troll Market's still kicking.
Like,
yeah.
Everything's there, and you're just like, it can be so different. Especially you've got Jim, who's already been seen everything, knows what's going to happen.
Right.
And it's like, how do you explain that? That's one of those other ones that I was like, how's he gonna? Because I mean, Toby's gonna tell Jim that he's the Troll Hunter. Like, because Jim told Toby, and like Toby's gonna tell Jim because like they're best friends.
Of course.
So it's like, how do you be like, how's that gonna work? Because like,
you don't want to
something goes down. Like, hey, by the way, I used to be the Troll Hunter. You're the Troll Hunter. Because like, I would love to know how that. He
starts backseat driving, troll hunting. He's like
is Jim gonna teach Toby how to become the troll? Like, how to be the Troll Hunter?
That's very interesting. I don't have an answer for that question. Gosh, I wish I did, but that's intriguing.
Yeah, like it brings up so many more questions, and that's a good way to end the series. Gives you so many more questions, ways to think about it. People are gonna go on Archive of Our Own and make their own stuff. That's what's gonna happen.
I love it.
Oh man, Charlie, thank you so much for coming on, man. This was fun.
Josh, thank you for having me. Yeah, this was great. It was a pleasure.
Where can everybody find you social media wise? And feel free to plug anything that you want to plug.
Yeah, you can find me on the Instagram and the Twitters, just at Charlie Saxton. Plugging stuff. I'm a musician as well. I have a band called Much Better. We're working on new material as well. I've been writing, screenplays and stuff like that, but we'll save that for another podcast. you can hit me up on the Instagram and the Twitters.
I like much better, by the way.
Oh,
it's
thank
like
you
that,
so much.
You go up and like, hello everybody, we're much better. Like I think that's amazing.
Yeah, we've had shows too where we've had them in like, thank you, we've been much better.
See, that's perfect. That's great.
Yeah, either way.
And we'll put, links and everything in the show notes so you can find that. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh L. Cain. You can find the podcast on Instagram at What's Up Fandom, on Twitter at What's Up Fandom PC. All of our episodes are available: iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, Google Play, Spotify, anywhere that you can download a podcast. We're there. You can watch our video content on YouTube, also at What's Up Fandom. Check us out on Twitch. We've got the gaming channel over there where we play. We need to actually start playing games. We have it. We've done like 2 things on it, and then we've not done anything else. We need to go back.
You Trollhunters, man. Defenders of Arcadia. It's a great one.
We need to.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Is there going to be a DLC update where I can play as Trollhunter Toby? Because I mean...
Tumblr artists? I don't know if they can...
Tumblr artists, have any control. Yeah, so and you can find us there. Thanks to 1 out of 10 for the intro and outro for this episode. And thanks to Wild Bill's Soda for sponsoring this episode. Get yourself some delicious Wild Bill's Soda. Use code Fandom10 at checkout. 10% off. Yeah, Charlie, again, thanks so much for coming on, man.
Oh, thank you for having me. That was a lot of fun. I hope it was good.
Here's the thing. Had worse. Bad worse. I've done multiple episodes by myself. They're terrible.
Oh gosh.
Absolutely terrible.
Okay, good.
Oh man. So for What's Up Fandom, I'm Josh.
I'm Charlie Saxton.
There it is. Bye everybody.
Bye.
Such a world, yeah. You and I got a life to live, so what's the point of